together. Let me step back in here so I'm not getting cut off. Alrighty, and I have our weather talent here, and she is standing in front of a green screen. Remember, we don't want to be that close in front of it because we don't want to cast any shadows on it. Alright, so you will notice at home, right now, that I have some pieces of tape here on the screen. They're my little cheat marks, so that when my weather person is doing the weather, they point to the pieces of tape, point to a piece of tape. Alright, she's pointing to the upper tape, which where I would put the map of whatever's happening, or she could point to the lower piece of tape, and she could say, today's high is 32 degrees. Alright, let me step out of camera, and you can pretend whatever the weather's going to be.
Today's high is 10 degrees.
Alrighty, so there we go. She just did the weather, she pointed down here, and this is where I will layer in the graphic. There'll be a background, a motion background behind her. Then there'll be an object, which is the blue square. Then we will have our talent. Remember, we're working in layers. And then we will have our title out here that has the weather. So if you were to look at it sideways, it would be this long. When you look at it through the camera, you're looking straight through it, and it works fine. All right, who is my news anchor? Come here, news anchor.
You're news anchor.
You're a news anchor. This is our news anchor. Our news anchor is going to sit on the seat. Is he centered in there, Mr. Haas? Or do I need to go left or right? He's good? All right, this is our news anchor. Tilt it down a little bit. You got a little too much headroom here. All righty. Now, I have several ways of building the set. The first thing that I can do is I can just put the desk in front of him. Now we have a desk in front of our news anchor. All righty. But unfortunately, the news anchor can't put his hands on top of the desk. As much as he tries, his hands just aren't going to show up. Alright? He can have them go up and down behind it, but he cannot set anything on it. And if I was to give him a script and say, set your script on your desk, it would just fall to the floor because there is no desk here. It's a fake desk. But what I can do is take away the desk. Now we don't have a desk. And I should have been just slightly more prepared. I will need an assistant to come here. Come on. Any assistant is anybody. All right. We now have a table we will put in front of our talent. All right. So now I don't have to do anything. I only have to worry about the background. He can put his hands on the desk. He can put his papers on the desk, and it works fine. Unfortunately, with this surface here on this table, it's a little shiny, and it reflects back at him. Alright, if I was to try to put the desk in front of him now, the set desk from the virtual set, it probably would not work right because I don't know where he's at in the scene. I need everything together so that I can properly scale the background so it doesn't look like he's a giant sitting at the desk or a small head sitting at the desk. So the easy way for me to do that is to cover the desk in green as well. Where, the 8th grade took my...
Is it this? Is it? Yeah, it's it.
Is it? No, that's not it. But anyway, since I don't know where the other green screen is, we will do it in blue screen. I need an assistant. Alrighty. So here we are with a little bit of blue screen. Alrighty. And we will cover our desk in blue. And now I can add the effect to the green screen and give him the news background. I can also add the effect to the front blue desk, and it could have been green, it just happened to be blue. And now we see that our news anchor is sitting in this very spectacular news set. I can also change the backgrounds in the news set, and they've now just changed. Alright? And if I wanted to put in titles, I could put in titles in front of him. Or I could put the little graphic here in the back that says what's happening, the little news story, you know, breaking news, and the little picture-in-picture window. Alrighty, so that is our news talent. Something else I forgot to say. The question is, how do you set up this shot to make sure that he is properly scaled in the sitting at the desk? Well, I just guessed. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but I do know that I can scale the background up or down so that when he's sitting at the desk, the desktop is on top of him and he is neither a giant or a midget sitting at the desk. And that's just using a very simple pan and zoom feature on the back of the set. And that is how we will make the new set come alive.